Welcome to the final episode of Tradomics for 2024. So, thank you for being part of this community, and I hope that the content has helped you navigate the risks and opportunities of the stock market. So, today I will recap the year by analyzing 10 companies from my watch list using the golden rule of cycle analysis to predict their 2025 potential. So this powerful method, as you have noted if you're not new to the channel, helps identify key price movements and calculate when peaks might occur. If you want to know more about this technique, you can click on the banner on the right hand side, Introduction to the TE Cycle Analysis. So let's dive into this 10 stocks and let's uncover the opportunities that 2025 holds. The first stock with further upside potential is Tesla. So Tesla had this high that was made on the 11th of July 2024, and that high was broken with this candle occur on the 28th of October 2024. We have had a total duration in between of 76 days. And now considering that here we have all the condition to have a T plus 5 that is turned into a positive cycle, the direction of the price will occur to the upside for at least, as written here, 190 days. 190 days considering that high as until the 10th of April 2025. So here on Tesla, we have potential upside until at least 10th of April 2025. If we consider a mid time duration for a T plus 5, then we can stretch the duration until 250 days roughly, and therefore we can have a potential to keep rallying until beginning of July 2025. So here we go. The second is Amazon. From this top, we have had a new beginning of a T plus 5 upward cycle. And in this case, we had the breakup with this candle occurred on the 6th of November 2024. The breakout occurred after 86 bars. So therefore, we stretch the total duration to a T plus 5 minimum time. We have 190 days. Therefore, we can predict that the rally on Amazon will be continuing until the 7th of April 2025 at least. In this case, we have a similar situation as for the Nasdaq, in which we have reached the all-time high, and as for that index as well as this stock, we have a T plus 5 upward cycle that is already positive after not so much time. Therefore, here we have lots of time to proceed to further update the all-time highs until, as I said, the 7th of April 2025. But if we take a medium duration, then of course we can end up until July, until the beginning of July 2025. Okay, so that would be the first week of July 2025. On Google, we have had this T plus 5 upward cycle that was developed on the 10th of July 2024, and the break occurred on the 11th of December 2024. The total duration in which the break occurred was after 108 days. So therefore, here we can have a time to continue and proceed further to the upside until at least 190 bars as for the others. So here we have here at least until 9 of April 2025. But if we stretch the duration until median duration is July, and of course you can reach up to the maximum duration. In that case would be September, October 2025. So that's the situation that we have on Google. Let's move to the next one. On MasterCard, as for the others, we have a top that was done on the 21st of March 2024. We have an upward yearly cycle that was positive, and now with the absolute top, which is this one that occurred on the 18th of December 2024, we have a total duration of 187 days. So here we are a little bit stretched compared to the others because by beginning of next week, actually, we will have the minimum condition to complete a T+5 upward cycle, because now we have 193 days and the minimum time is 190 days. So we will have here less time to continue rallying. And also here on MasterCard, you have to be careful that the downward cycle has reached a total duration of 292 bars. So here potentially we might have already a correction by beginning of January, and this correction will allow to either start a new T+4 or eventually a T+5, and here that tail will allow to complete also a new the old T+5 downward cycle. Okay, I also mentioned this stock because it's interesting. We don't have too much time to proceed to rally, but here then you have to be a little bit more careful if you want to open long position, unless it's for a restricted or little time, just for short-term investment, less than a month. On Visa, same situation as for MasterCard. So this T+5 has begun on the 21st of March 2024, and now we have a total duration of 189 bars compared to the absolute top all-time high. But if we stretch the duration until yesterday, 24th of December 2024 candle, we have 193 days. So here we have already the minimum duration to close at T+5, but minimum duration is 190 days. If we consider let's say average duration, it's 250 days. So 250 days is that we can proceed further to the upside until 18th of March 2025. Another important things that I have not mentioned so far is that whenever there is an uptrend, the upward cycles tend to reach medium to maximum duration. So therefore, the cycles, they tend to begin wider compared to the normal duration. So that's why I'm also flagging up the possibility that here, despite we have already the minimum duration, we can proceed to the upside until Q1 2025, namely 18th of March 2025, if we consider a duration of 249, 250 bars. On block, the T+5 upward cycle was developed on the 13th of March 2024, and the breakout was achieved after a total duration of 169 bars. The absolute top that was done with the candle that occurred on the 5th of December 2025 was made after 186 days. So therefore, we haven't reached the minimum duration 190 days, because the minimum duration of a T+5 upward cycle is 190 days. Therefore, we expect to have this cycle and return back to the tops. How long do we have to return back to the tops? Here, if we consider a median duration, we have time until beginning of March 2025. If we extend up to the maximum duration, then we will have 338 days. So here in this case, we will have time until the 17th of July 2025, excluding Bear tongues. One thing that I would like to flag up here is that in terms of T+5 downward cycle, the duration has reached 288 days. So here eventually we can either return immediately back to the tops, or we can have a cycle of this kind. Then here we will have more than enough condition to close a T+5 a downward cycle and then return back to the tops. So here either we return back to the absolute tops immediately, or we will have another cycle, eventually a T+2 that needs to be negative. So therefore the end of the cycle should be lower compared to this low. and then return back to the tops for the beginning of a new T+5 downward cycle. Okay, we have here two possibilities, so then you need to be aware what it can happen statistically speaking, but the key message is that either beginning of January or by February, March, then we will return back to the level at least $99.26. On BlackRock, the trend is really strong. So we had this T+5 upward cycle that was broken with this candle here. Now the total duration, if we gauge from that top until the absolute top, is 191 bars. So technically speaking, here we have reached already the necessary condition to have a T+5 completed. Since the trend is strong because we have had through this retracement, but here potentially we are at the beginning of a T+2 upward cycle, and we had three candles that are basically retracing a lot, and we are now close to this absolute top. Here we can forecast again a further trend to the upside. It's true, you have to be aware that the minimum condition now is there, but if we consider a median duration here as well, we have 250 bars, so there is time to um, eventually continue the trend until the 6th of March 2025. We have the earnings release. The earnings release is going to be issued on the 10th of January 2025. So I'm expecting a little bit more further rally to the upside until the earnings release. Eventually, this might be a triggering point for eventual sharp correction for eventually another T+5 upward cycle because we have all the condition, but still in this case we have room for potential upside again. Next company in focus is Bloom Energy. We had this T+5 upward cycle that started on the 22nd of May 2024. We have had this harsh breakout with this top occurred on the 27th of November, and the total duration until the maximum top was 131 bars or 131 days. Hence, here we expect to return back to the tops. In the last video, we were forecasting this retracement, by the way, and the return back to the tops can happen in a time that is encompassed between March 24th of February 2025 up to 338 days, which is end mid of September 2025. Okay, so this is the range in which the price can return back to the tops. Just be careful with this stock because the volatility is particularly high. We have had this harsh breakup with a 216% push to the upside, and the retracement here took from the highest to the lowest uh, 20 roughly 24%. So really volatile stock, but if you manage accordingly your stop loss, then you can have a really good gain. Last but not least, Teva. So this is a little bit a particular case compared to the others because since September 2023, we did not have the beginning of a T+5 upward cycle, but instead we have had T+4 upward cycle repeated in a row. First one, second one, third one. So this means that the trend, the uptrend is really strong. And in this case, we have so many buyers at any point in time. There were correction phases that we didn't have even enough time um, to begin a T+5 because a T+5 needs, as all the cycles, a duration that is 2 degrees less. So in this case, T+5 minus 3 is T+3. So we need at least 48 bars below a specific top that we don't have here. we don't have here, and we don't have neither here. So um, considering this one as the beginning of a potential t plus 4, because from this top to the breakout we add 28 bars, so 2 degrees less subcycle, which is a t plus 2, which is encompassed between 24 and 44 bars. And here from this top here to this top, we have 28 bars. Now we have potentially a t plus 4 upward cycle that is positive. So if we consider the minimum duration of a t plus 4, here we have 94 bars, so therefore we can proceed to the upside until 25 of March 2025 at least. If you want to be more conservative and considering this one not as a t plus 4 but as a t plus 3, then the potential upside in terms of time will be defined at 49 bars. So this will be until 16th of January 2025 at least. Okay, so I'm quite confident that given the uptrend and given the structure since September 2023, we can further rally until Q1 2025. This was the last stock. If you like the video, you can of course give us your support with a like, and if you wanted to get notified as soon as possible regarding our analysis and the videos to come in 2025, you are free to subscribe to our channel. All content is for free. Thanks for watching, and see you to the next episode. And of course, have a good and nice beginning of 2025 at the new year.